Финал открыт. Начинаем.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, can you imagine our life without animals, without our small sisters and brothers? We think no, and because of this, we should go vegetarian. So, today we are going to play a motion that this house would go vegetarian. And we are completely agree with this statement, and we want to prove this to you today. So, I want to start my speech from the criteria and of course from the definition. Our criteria is not violent but kind-hearted society in the future. So we really think that every person in the world should be kind-hearted, shouldn't kill animals for our eating, for the food. And the definition of vegetarianism, it is a practice of abstaining from the consumption of meat. So, I'm the first speaker of Potato Generation team, Suleiman Amiriem. Second speaker's name is Sofiana Fenvier, and the third speaker's name is Ali Farslan. So, our arguments, they are: vegetarianism is healthier and vegetarian reduces risk of food poisoning. Being vegetarian helps the environment, it's immoral to kill animals, and the last argument is vegetarianism helps us to be kind-hearted. So, first three arguments will be presented by me, and the last two arguments will be presented by our second speaker. So, I want to start my opening first argument from the epigraph, from the words of famous Robert Browning. He said that, "Take away love and our earth is a tomb." So we really think that if we will kill animals, our world will be cruel and violent. So, also it was said by Martin Buber, an animal's eyes have the power to speak a great language, and because of this we really should be kind-hearted to them and shouldn't kill them. So, first argument is that vegetarianism is healthier, and included one point that vegetarianism reduces risk of food poisoning. There were many cases in the world when people died through the poisonous meat, unpasteurized water, milk, and untreated water. So, vegetarianism is healthier. Yes, we really think so because there are significant health benefits is going veggie or vegetarian. A vegetarian diet contains high quantities of fiber, vitamins, minerals, and is low in fat. When you are eating the meat or other meat products, you are getting fat, and it's bad to our organism. But if you are going veggie or vegetarian, there are a lot of useful minerals, fibers, and other chemical elements that could compare us meat. So the risk of containing many forms of cancer is increased by eating meat. Yes, there are many famous cases when eating it causes many illnesses and diseases. So, some facts. 1996, the American Cancer Society recommended that red meat should be excluded from the diet entirely. So, if vegetarians are good people, it was said that really raw meat and other meat products should be excluded from our dairy eating or eating entirely. Eating meat also increases the risk of heart diseases. Vegetables contain no cholesterol, which can build up causes blocked arteries in meat eaters. So also it is famous diseases like problems with our heart, so we really should go vegetarian. That will be, and we will keep fit and our health will be stronger. So also it was said that a vegetarian diet reduces the risk of chronic diseases such as obesity, high blood pressure, diabetes, and types of cancer including colon, breast, stomach, and lung cancer because of low fats cholesterol content. So we're really seeing that there are global problems in our society, that we're eating meat too much or less, too much meat, and it causes our many diseases. That's really that really causes many harm to our organism. So there are plenty of vegetarian sources of protein such as bean, curd and spinach. Spinach is one of the best sources of iron. So we can understand that everything that we are getting from the meat, good sides, we can get it from the other products. For example, curd, spinach and beans. And iron and minerals and proteins, everything that you want. So, I want to add to this argument some points that really there was known such cases when people died through the eating meat and other. So it's dangerous types of food poisoning are passed on this through meat and eggs. So really it's known as it's fact. So Campylobacter bacteria, the most common cases of food poisoning in England. So it's a global problem and are usually found in raw meat and poultry, unpasteurized milk and treated water. So really, meat and animals are the providers of such diseases. And salmonella come from raw meat, poultry, and most cases of E. coli food poisoning occur after eating undercooked beef or drinking unpasteurized milk. There is no so many people that uses meat in the true way, and it can cause bad sides. But also, if you cook the meat good, it can also cause many diseases. And because of some farmers using the special pills for animals, and when we eat meat of these animals, we are getting illness. So using animals' brains in the process is feed for livestock led to BSE in cattle and CGD in humans who ate beef from infected cows. So it's right. And the last argument that will be presented by me is being vegetarian helps to our environment. So there are a lot of cases when for growing the animals we should pay a lot of money, and it causes many problems with the environment. For example, kettles. Animals are eating the kettles, and it causes to greenhouse gas emission, and 18% of these emissions are caused by the animals. When in comparing, only certain percent of gases emission caused by trains, cars, and others. So animals cause more harm than our cars and trains. Oh, it's horrible and it's so awful. So, in the conclusion, I want to say that our criteria, it is not violent by kind-hearted society in the future. And we really think that our animals are our brothers and sisters, so we should go vegetarian. Thank you for your attention.
Good afternoon, my name is Mary and I'm the first speaker of opposition team Fortune. Our second speaker is Sophia and our third speaker is Nastya. So we are here to discuss a really important motion nowadays. This house would go vegetarian, and we like opposition team absolutely disagree with this motion. So we think that this house wouldn't go vegetarian. So I'd like to start my speech with our plan. So I will open two of our arguments, and our second speaker, Sophia, will open the next two of our arguments. So let's start with the refutation. Our opponents said about kind-hearted. We have information that actually killing animals also live, and plants are also live. So killing animals is just like killing some plants, and it's something like this, because it's really we kill animals and we kill plants. It's our instincts and it's our instincts. So let's take a look with the health. So our opponents said about vegetarian help to our health. So, for example, let's start with obesity. United States of America is the most vegetarian country in the world. We have a statistic that proves it, that vegetarian is most in USA, and also this is the most obesity country in the world. So it is not the problem of vegetarian, it's problem of the nation. So talking about it, also yes, in the plants there are a lot of iron that can substitute meats. But we're talking about not taking in. Our organism not take in this iron because it needs meat. It needs some meat iron, and it's really important for our organism. And about it will tell us Sonia in her argument. So talking about it.
Point, madam.
Yes, please.
So, according to your speech, there are some different species of iron.
Please.
So, according to your speech, there are some different species of iron that we can get or from plants or for meat.
Yes.
No.
Yes, there is different types of iron. There is plant iron and there is meat iron. So, this iron in a plant are really not taken in for our organism, and it's really some competition for our organism to take in this iron, and meat is for us, is really for us. So I'd like to start with our line of argumentation. So our criteria is to reach the healthy and harmonious society. So we are the future nation of Russia. We are the future, and we can reach this healthy and harmonious society, this ideal society in the future, only with the help of some meat, of really good ration, and it's really important for us. So I'd like to start with our line of argumentation. So our first argument is vegetarian is not right culture fit. So right culture fitting is really necessary for us, and it's really important because since the Ice Age, all people to survive ate meat, and this and only meat gives them opportunity to live, to start humankind. And they were omnivores. They ate meat and they ate plants. And so our nation now degrades. They go higher and higher. So about it. And so all times people eat meat. And because of meat, we all are there. Because we eat meat. So, do you eat meat? All of us there eat meat. About it. And if not talking about the ration in the health point of view, so we should do it like a tributing of our traditions, because all of our instances eat meat and we eat meat, and it's a tributing of our tributing to tradition for our new society. So our second argument is vegetarian is more expensive. So all you know that good Asian fruits and vegetables are really more expensive than even really expensive meat. For example, bulgur paper costs 500 rubles for the 1 kilo, and on this money we can buy some meat that will be really more healthier, and our organism will be more satisfying.
Point, madam.
Yes.
In nowadays, their meat costs approximately 300 rubles, and 1 kilo of potatoes costs 15 rubles. 50 rubles. Where is the where is the rich of the meat?
We are talking not about potatoes. I give an example for a bulgur paper, and it is really more more expensive and more actually healthier for our organism. And potato is not about our so about it. So it's really profitable for us to eat meat because we have information that one piece of meat it's like 4 pieces of salad, and it's really satisfied more for us. So in the conclusion, I'd like to remind you our line of argumentation. So our criteria was to reach the healthy and harmonious society, and our first argument was vegetarian is not right culture fitting, and our second argument was vegetarian is more expensive. And all these arguments proved our criteria because we with the future of our nation, and we must eat healthier. We must be more harmonious, and we must only go step to step by the future, by the really healthier, more healthier. So thank you for your attention.
I want to start my speech from the words of famous American actor Johnny Depp. He said, if you don't like seeing pictures of violence towards animals being posted, you need to stop the violence, not the pictures. And we totally agree with him words, because we think that animals are our small brothers and we should take about them. So, hello everybody, dear judges, dear timekeepers, and of course our opponents. I'm the second speaker of our team, the Potato Generation, and today our motion sounds like we would go vegetarian, and we strongly believe that vegetarianism is the best choice for our people, for our planet. So I want to start my speech. I want to, before presenting my arguments, I want to refute arguments of the first speaker of proposition team. Your team said that vegetarianism is more expensive. We totally disagree, because in common plants are more cheaper than meat, and also, for example, like our first speaker said, kilogram of meat it costs about 300 rubles. We think that it's very expensive for meat with only 1 kilogram. Okay, I want to present my first argument. It sounds like it's immoral to kill animals. As human beings, it is our moral duty to inflict as little pain as possible for our survival. So if we don't need to inflict pain to animals in order to survive, we should not do it. Farm animals such as chickens, pigs, sheep and cows are sentient living beings like us. They are our cousins, and like us, they can feel pleasure and pain. The 18th century utilitarian philosopher Jeremy Bentham even believed that animal suffering was just as serious as human suffering, and likened the idea of human superiority to racism. It's wrong to farm and kill with animals for food when we don't need to do so. The methods of farming and slaughter of these animals are often barbaric and cruel. Even consumption on supposedly free-range farms. 10 billion animals were slaughtered for human consumption each year, stated PETA. Okay, I want to present my second argument. It sounds like vegetarianism help us to be more peaceful and kind-hearted. When you kill animal to eat we think that it's very cruel and barbaric because like our team think animals are our brothers and we must to take care about them. Okay, we also think that we must to eat plants instead meat because meat is very expensive and meat is как ограниченное?
Is limited.
Is limited. Is limited resources. In conclusion, I want to say about famous Russian vegetarians. Lev Tolstoy also was a vegetarian. Nikolai Rerik also was a vegetarian. Ivan Pavlov, Nikolai Fyodorov, and they became Ivan Ефремов. We think what such famous people like Lev Tolstoy, Nikolai Rerik, and others shouldn't ошибаться. Mistake because they know what vegetarianism is better than meat because vegetarianism is more healthier and it's immoral to kill animals. Further on, Tom Reagan explains what all duties regarding animals are indirect duties to one another from a philosophical point of view. He illustrates with an analogy regarding children. Children, for example, are unable to sign contracts and lack rights, but they are protected by the moral contract nonetheless because of the sentimental interest of others. So we have when duties involving with children, duties regarding them, but not duties to them. Our duties in their case are indirect duties to other human beings, usually their parents. In conclusion, I want to repeat today our criteria. It sounds like not violent but kind-hearted society in future, and our argument illustrated this criteria and proved them because we think what if you eat meat, you kill animals and you kill our planet and you kill our future. Thank you for listening. My speech is over.
Second speaker of opposition team, and we really disagree with our motion. This house would go vegetarian. I want to continue the line of presentation of our team, but first I would give refutation to our opponents. First of all, we absolutely disagree this formulation. The go vegetarian is the best choice for people. We don't think so. It isn't so because the best choice for people is them living real life, eat meat and eat vegetables is too important for the health. I have another side in my speech. Secondly, the second speaker said about cruelty in killing an animal, but we think that cruelty in killing the plants too is, and the cruelty in the real life, it is normal, it is a part of life of animals, of plants, and of people, of course, too. Thirdly, you said that vegetarian helps to be more peaceful. We think no. Do you think that there isn't any way to help us to be more peaceful? Of course, animals die, and they will die too. If it isn't do people, so other animals, like predators, will kill them, and it is the normal life of animals. And so, I would like to add that Tolstoy was a vegetarian, but because he was really ill, it isn't so. And we also disagree with you. I would like to continue our line of argumentation. My first argument is vegetarian cause damage to health. And in this argument, I would...
Point, madam.
Yes, please?
Don't you think that vegetarianism is helps to Tolstoy treat and heal?
There is the choice to be healthy and to live. And if it really need to live, you can be vegetarian, but it isn't the way of life of normal person. We think so. So I want to continue that in this argument, vegetarian cause damage to health. I would tell you about different harm, really harm of become vegetarian. First of all, I would like to start that vegetarians more often support and suffer from depressions. It is really important for health of the people because the...
Point, madam. Can you prove this statement?
Yes, we can. How? I will prove it to you in the next picture. To this conclusion, go Australian company Roy Morgan Research that can analyze the 50,000 of researching, and it is really a well-known fact. Thanks.
Point, madam. Don't you think that Australia is a small country, but we speak about all world?
No. I would start. Actually, in the another media and rather active and increased aggressive promotion of vegetarianism. Before following such a number of vision fashion, there must be a very good understand if it's really as helpful as we are trying to instill. We should really know that vegetarian is useful and vegetarian will help people to live, but it as a result, in the fact, the illusion of vegetarian lifestyle is harmless, and it is seen that harmful vegetarian is proved by thousands of people. For example, think it is to survive. To survive without eating plants and meat, so we have to kill them, to kill food. It is the normal part. For example, in the wild, the killing predators of herbivores is a natural phenomenon, and it is necessary for the regulation of numbers of animal species. It is the normal part of life, like I said earlier.
Point, madam.
Yeah.
Yes, from your speech, what's kill people?
Can you people and killing animals for food, it is the very different parts of a life. And do you eat? We think no, you don't eat people. I want to tell you that the people, not predators, but not a herbivores. The people eat omnivores. It is tri-system, and they are different from the herbivores and carnivores animals. So I want to add that there is a lot of different classes of eating meat, like average and living for a long time. But my speech is going to the end, and I want to conclude that my arguments prove criterion to reach healthy and harmonious society. We can only with the help of eating meat of normal living in the world. Thank you for your attention.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, hello, audience, hello, dear judge, hello, timekeeper, hello, our opponents. And I want to start my speech from recitation. You said that it's normal to kill animals. Okay, why we can't kill people? We can kill each other, hence from speech of our opponents. And I want to say verse for it. Don't Kill by Nicola Roy. One boy killed the beetle. He wanted to know. One boy killed dog. He wanted to take a look. One boy killed animal. Wonderful knowledge. And then he asked father, can he, for kindness and knowledge, kill the person? Father answered him, if you killed beetle, bird, and animal, yes, why you can't kill a person? Also, our opponents give you two wrong statistics, and I want to say for you two statistics. We need the sign. Lower body weight, longer life expectancy. Our opponents say that vegetarians have obesity and they are very aggressive. Okay, vegetarian men live an average of 9.5 years longer than their meat-eating counterparts. Yes, it is.
What is the source of your statistic?
Okay, we can internet but this statistic by British University. Longer than their meat-eating counterparts, and vegetarians live an average of 6.1 years longer. In studies, carnivores had the highest body weight for their age and vegans the lowest, an average of 30 pounds lighter. Also, you said that we don't speak about potato, but stop, potato is a vegetable too. Why you try to deny question? We said that potato cost 15 rubles, and you said that meat cost for 300 rubles. You must know. Oh, and now I want to say the fact NASA prepares project of greening of Mars. Think, we can run out of meat, but we always can produce plants, because NASA found out how we can produce plants from nothing. And when we run out of plants, we can go to Mars and find plants instead. When farmers try to find place for their cattle, they must do deforestation and spoil our freshwater rivers. And I want to say that we vegetarians do not eat trees. And from this, we can bravely say that we will have oxygen, but oxygen is under threat due to meat eaters. And I want to present you a little surprise. This is Ivan Batuli. look at himself and look at yourselves. Look at himself and look ourselves, yourselves. Look at him and look yourselves. 49 centimeters his biceps, and he was a vegetarian. For more than 400 games without losing. Can you imagine? He's unstoppable. He born unstoppable. He grow unstoppable, and he died unstoppable. And some meat eaters can say that vegans are aggressive. But what about Lev Tolstoy and Nikolai Rerich? They unpure poems, paintings, and many other things. Also, I want to add that Freud potential nutrient. Contrary to popular belief, vegetarians consume about the same amount of most key nutrients as meat eaters. Zinc and vitamin B12 are of most concern, while intake of calcium, vitamins A, C, D, E, magnesium and iron are typically no lower than that of meat eaters. Zinc is found in beans, pumpkin seeds, veg, jam and dairy. And I want to say that when we look on our Podubny, we can say that plants have nutrition for our strength. And I want to read our criteria. Our criteria was kind, hearted society in the future. The statement of today's debate that we should go vegetarian. I think that we prove you that we must go vegetarian because we will have a green planet and animals will be our pets. Why we don't kill dogs? If we kill animals, we can kill dogs, but we don't do it. And hence from this, we must not kill the animals. This is a God's product. And we totally disagree with our opponents. And thank you for this game. That's all.
Good afternoon, dear honorable judge, our audience, our opponents, and my teammates. I'm the first speaker of opposition team. My name is Nastya, and now our motion is this house will go vegetarian, and we absolutely disagree with this opinion. So now I'll give refutation to our opponents. Our opponent said that when we eat meat, we get more fat. We disagree with this opinion because there are dietary kinds of meat like chicken or turkey. Our opponent said that we can get good nutrition and vitamins from other products except meat. We can't get animal oil from plants, for example. Our organism needs only animal organs for making new tissues. Our opponents have also said that when we kill animals, we become more cruel. We think that most of us don't kill animals ourselves. Most of us buy it in shop. So now our arguments. And firstly, we want to say that we think that vegetarians are also people like us, but our opponents think that it must be more vegetarians, and we have some reasons to prove that vegetarian it isn't very good for our health. Firstly, we can say about right culture of eating. We must honor our traditions. So we eat meat because our traditions say so.
You will never find a country where people don't cook meat on holidays.
Point, madam. Don't you think what our ancestors mistake? Don't you think what our ancestors mistake? Ancestors.
I don't think so. Our ancestors were omnivores, and we are also omnivores. We can eat both plants, fruit and vegetables, and meat. And we think that it's normal. We shouldn't eat only meat or only plants, fruit or vegetables. We want to reach a harmonious society. So, in addition, we can say that vegetarian... No, thanks. That vegetarian is an expensive pleasure. If human becomes vegetarian, he must know more about price list or this diet. If human want to use useful minerals, it must be with right choice. And we know that food like dry fruits and nuts are not expensive for us. Yes, please.
We can grow nuts and eat this without buying.
Thank you for the point. We don't think that all of us can grow nuts or something else in our backyard. We also can say that vegetarian damage to health. There are a million disadvantages of vegetarian. We can use results of research project, Genomes project. As we see, results show a mutation of DNA of some vegetarians. Vegetative albumin can't cover all necessary amount of for our body. We can also say that vegetative albumin acquires significantly worse than animal albumin.
Point, madam.
Yes, please.
Don't you think what we can replace meat with beans?
No, we think so because we think that meat should be in our ration. For example, we can use usual potato, which acquires only in 68% in our stomach, and usual egg acquires in our organism in almost 100%. It acquires in 98%. Do you see some difference between these products? We can also say that less of albumin leads to problems with vision, and being vegetarian for 5 or 7 years lead to low immune system, because if we don't get animal albumin, we don't get some very useful very useful nutritions which can help us to protect our organism, so our immune system become more weak. Yes, please.
We can use some vitamins that can replace our meat by that we can get from the chemistry.
We have already said that there are other kinds of albumin, for example, in plants, fruits and vegetables, and for example in in some other things. But we think that animal opium is the best thing for us. In addition, we can say that being vegetarian can be not a personal choice. We can give an example, a situation when parents maybe kill their daughter. He was 11 months. He died because of less of opium, and doctors had proved it. So they said that, namely because of less opium, her immune system became more weak, and so she died. And in conclusion, we can say that we truly believe that not being vegetarian is namely that what we need 50 seconds please, that we must be healthy society, and our arguments prove our criterion. We want to reach the healthy and harmonious society. Thank you for attention.
Good afternoon again. My name is Mary, and I'd like to do a reply speech and to highlight the clash points of today's game. So, firstly, let's start with clash points. So, our government suggests the decision for all people to be vegetarian, and we don't think so, because it's impossible. It's impossible because all people has his own personal choice, and this is one of our arguments, that not all want to be vegetarian, and if some people impose their meaning to another people, for example, for children which really needs meat and some vitamins. It's really horrible, because our future will be not our future, because all of our children will be vegetarian and they have no meat and have not these vitamins, this immune system, and so on. So about it, our opponent thinks that we can drink some vitamins and instead of meat, but we don't think so. We disagree with them, because no one vitamins really can't replace this delicious meat with a lot of some impossible to replace vitamins with some really delicious taste, and it's really impossible, how I said earlier. So about it, our opponents give us another statistic, but the source of the statistic, we think that our statistic is more truly because we have the really source of statistic. So about it, we are talking about kind-hearting, and it was the main clash point of today's game. So about it, kind-hearting is really good. We agree with it. This kind-hearting must be, but kind-hearting to some cats, some dogs, for some pets we don't eat it. It's our pets. It's our small brothers. But for example, some cows or some beef meat, we eat it. It's not our pets. It's not kind-hearting. It's our food. So I'd like to remind you our line of argumentation. So our criteria was to reach the healthy and harmonious society, and our arguments were vegetarian is not right culture of eating, vegetarian is more expensive, vegetarian causes damage to health, and vegetarian is not personal choice. So this argument really proved our criteria to reach the healthy and harmonious society, because we are the future of our nation, and we should do all we can to reach this healthy society, this harmonious society, with the help of meat, with the help of full ration, and with the help of this. So my time is over. Thank you so much. So thank you for your attention. We truly believe that we wouldn't go vegetarian.
So, dear judges, dear opponents, my teammates, thank you for this good game. We have got many experience because of this, and we get good experience, and both of teams showed the good results, but we think that our team was better because of our arguments, speech, facts, and other. So, there were many clash points at our game, but I want to name the main clash points of this game. So, it was said that criteria of the proposition team was that 1 second please, that it is healthy and harmonious society. But as was said by our team, that people who are killing animals are very nervous, and we can get our society harmonized by yoga, for example, and there is no problem with it. So also it was said, clash point was that you say the country of the fast is a country of vegetarians, but it is well known fact that USA is the country of fast foods, of the hamburgers, of the sausages of the sausages and other, and all of this food is a meat, and because of this, USA's are very the people who are living in USA are very fat, they are obese, and so on and so forth. So there is no clash point. Main clash point was by the iron. There is no different species of iron. We can get iron as from the plants as from the meat. There is no difference between them. Also, clash point was about meat, that meat is expensive, because of some people pay their money for the meat of horse, and it costs very much. For example, it's no fact that 1 kilo of horse's meat costs bigger than 1,000 of rubles. It's very expensive, while vegetables like potatoes costs 50 rubles, and it's cheapest. So, also it was said that we can kill cows, for example, not kill the dogs and cats. But in the Korea it said that that people eat cats and dogs, and it's awful. They are our brothers, we can't kill them. It's really bad side of the society, and we should go vegetarian. So, also clash point was about vitamins, and we're really seeing that vitamins which are involved in the meat, we can get in the pharmacy. There is no problem with it. They are equal as vitamins from the meat as vitamins from the pharmacy. There is no problem. They are equal. And also, you said that that girl died through not eating meat and not getting the vitamins. But Ivan Podabny was grown at the grass. Was grass at the vegetables, and why don't he die at the 20 years old or at the 40 years old? He's strong, and he's strong man, and we think that he's really good vegetarian, and all people in the world should be like him. And wanna repeat our criteria: it's not violent, by kind-hearted society in the future. And we're all saying that we shouldn't kill dogs, we shouldn't kill cats, we shouldn't kill cows, horses, and other. And we should survive our environment. We shouldn't deforestate our trees. We shouldn't do the greenhouse effect, because it is really the main problem of the society. And so we will go vegetarian. Thank you for your attention.